On February 19, 2019, Bernie Sanders announced on Vermont Public Radio that he was running for the 2020 United States presidential election. This is his second run for the Democratic nomination, following his campaign in the 2016 primaries. Good afternoon, I'm Ellie Brecht.
And I'm Megan Alexander. Coming up, we take a look at the self-described Democratic Socialists and Progressives' road to the White House.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
From the studios of UNO Television, this is the Omaha News, presented by UNO School of Communication.
A pilot of Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 reported flight control problems and was granted permission to return to Addis Ababa's airport minutes before the Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft crashed on Sunday, Asrat Begishaw, a spokesman for the airline, said.
Begishaw declined to specify what control problems may have led to the crash on Sunday, which killed all 157 people aboard. The circumstances appeared similar to the crash of a MAX 8 operated by Lion Air, an Indonesian carrier, last October.
Senator Bernie Sanders has announced his campaign for United States presidency. The Vermont politician visited Council Bluffs for one of the first of many rally stops. Colin Gurney joins us at the live table to tell us more.
The Iowa Democratic caucuses are expected to be held on February 3rd, 2020, the earliest to elect presidential delegates. Bernie Sanders hopes to gather support for this caucus for the Democratic nomination in the 2020 presidential campaign.
Are you ready for a political revolution?
At the Mid-America Center, Bernie Sanders picked up where he left off in 2015, proposing many of the same ideas from his last presidential run. These include free health care, free college, and a $15 minimum wage. The senator took a we, not me approach in his speech.
When we, you and I, are in the White House, although I do admit it'll be a little bit crowded in the Oval Office.
Sanders also spoke about the effects of the Trump administration on states like Iowa and Nebraska, citing the negative impact on agriculture and calling for reforms that would help small towns.
The United States Congress has for far too long, ignored the many crises facing rural America, and that has got to change.
Heather Pearson, an Iowa resident and guest speaker at the rally, says that the Bernie 2020 campaign supports many of the same current-day issues that matter the most to her.
I believe in the power of grassroots movements. I believe that the people have the power, and we need to own that power, and we need to own our own futures.
When Senator Sanders visited Council Bluffs in 2015, he drew a crowd of nearly 2,500 people. In his latest visit, Sanders drew a similarly sized crowd of over 2,000, outlining a similar progressive agenda. The Bernie 2020 campaign says that the Vermont senator raised almost $6 million within 24 hours of announcing his presidential campaign. Megan, Ellie, back to you.
Thanks, Colin. Actresses Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin were among more than 4 dozen people charged in a nationwide college admissions cheating scandal that involved wealthy individuals purportedly paying up to $6.5 million to place their children into elite universities, say court records released on Tuesday.
The alleged scam is said to have placed students in top colleges, including Yale, Georgetown, Stanford, University of Southern California, UCLA, and the University of Texas. The scam was run by William Rick Singer of California, who helped parents get their children's college admission through bribes, court documents unsealed in Boston claimed.
Officials have been investigating the case named Operation Varsity Blues for more than a year. Coming up, we take a look at how a viral urban legend swept the globe.
Next, we head to Exarban to see how the annual film festival helped tell the story of 2 Omaha brothers.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Your MAV card is your ticket. Don't lose it.
Ticket? Ticket to what?
It's your ticket to tremendous entertainment. Like the UNO Art Gallery. They host amazing art shows, lectures, and the Writers' Workshop reading series. We can go to the Strauss Performing Arts Center, where we can experience live music. Or maybe the theater, where they host 4 productions a year.
Your MAV card is your ticket. Where will it take you?
Visit the library's archive, or find a place to study on any one of the 3 floors. Chris Library, how can it help you?
I always knew I wanted to go to college.
To be the first person in my family to graduate.
Because I dream of being an elementary teacher, an environmental geologist, a soil scientist, a nurse.
Project Achieve helps me go from dream to degree. If we can do it,
so can you.
Project Achieve. From dream to degree. unomaha.edu/project-achieve.
You've always known you were a leader, someone who works hard to achieve your goals. You can see it. You can see your success in front of you. You pursue a college education for the old-fashioned reasons, to learn, to make yourself more valuable, to succeed. You need a place that celebrates your ambition and positions you alongside visionary people just like you. You, my friend, belong here, the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
This is the Omaha News.
The University of Nebraska Medical Center's primary care program was tied for 8th out of 185 schools in the 2020 ranking of the best graduate schools by U.S. News and World Report. Some of UNMC's other programs ranked in the top third of schools. These programs include physician's assistant, public health, research, and nursing for both master's and doctoral levels. UNMC Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Deli Davies, MD, said UNMC is pleased that we continue to be recognized for the excellence of our programs.
The Omaha Film Festival is an independent film festival that features work from people in the Omaha community as well as from filmmakers around the world. Reporter Brian Vamaka is live at Exarban Cinema to tell us more about the event.
About 15 years ago, a group of friends visited a small film festival in Kearney, Nebraska. On their way home, they decided to create something similar in Omaha. I visited the 2019 festival to see what it has become.
The Omaha Film Festival is in its 14th year of celebrating independent film. The festival has it all, from short films and feature-length films to Q&As and auctions for movie memorabilia. Program Director Mark Longbreak spoke about the experience of organizing the festival.
So this year we're showing 107 films over 6 days. So this is Saturday. We're in our second to last day, so we're still standing. We're excited about it. But yeah, we're showing a lot of great stuff.
Exarban Cinema hosted the Omaha Film Festival this year. The event takes over a year to plan. With over 1,000 entries from 70 different countries, it's easy to see why.
Extra chairs were brought into a sold-out theater on Saturday to accommodate all the people who wanted to watch the documentary Out of Omaha. Filmed over the course of 8 years, Out of Omaha follows twin brothers growing up amid racial and economic inequality in Omaha.
After a while, it does have these moments where it gets frustrating. It could be whatever period of time of the day. It could have been 7, 8 in the morning and Ryan, Clay, and Tim are in my face with the camera. It's like, I don't want to see you guys right now, bro. I don't.
Longbreak said his favorite part of putting together the festival is giving new filmmakers the opportunity to show their work on the big screen.
Seeing the looks on their faces and seeing how they react to that is pretty priceless for me, and it's super satisfying. And there's a list of 100 other things that I just absolutely love about it, but that's one of those things that's it's pretty cool to give a filmmaker, someone that, an opportunity to have that experience.
Longbreak said independent film is important because it is an expression of who we are and what we are doing with our lives. Megan and Ellie, back to you.
Thanks, Brian. The Defense Department has approved a new policy that will largely bar transgender troops and military recruits from transitioning to another sex and require most individuals to serve in their birth gender. The memo outlining the new policy was obtained Tuesday, and it comes after a lengthy and complicated legal battle. It falls short of the all-out transgender ban that was initially ordered by President Donald Trump. But it will likely force the military to eventually discharge transgender individuals who need hormone treatments or surgery and can't or won't serve in their birth gender. The order says the military services must implement the new policy in 30 days, giving some individuals a short window of time to qualify for gender transition if needed. Under the new rules, currently serving transgender troops and anyone who has signed an enlistment contract by April 12th may continue with plans for hormone treatments and gender transition if they have been diagnosed with gender dysphoria.
Parents, you might want to be on the lookout for your children on social media. There's a recent hoax called the Momo Challenge that has caused an uproar across various online platforms. Awareness of this challenge rose in February of this year. Claims have said that a disturbing creature pops up and tells you to perform dangerous acts or consequences will follow. It's a prime example why parents should be conscious of adolescents and their online activity.
I think for particularly small children, it's really important for parents to be engaged in the media, all media that kids are consuming, not just social media. So it's not a good idea to just leave kids with a screen to go off all over the internet on their own.
This Node Excel graph represents thousands of Twitter users from March 1st who contributed to the Momo Challenge topic. Lipschultz says a phenomenon like this typically doesn't last long.
The Diocese of Brooklyn is not laughing at Pete Davidson's latest comparison on Saturday Night Live. During the show's Weekend Update segment, the comedian likened supporters of the Catholic Church, which has seen a sex abuse scandal encompassing thousands of priests, to fans of R. Kelly, who is facing 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. In a statement posted to its website, the diocese demanded a public apology from SNL and NBC for the disgraceful and offensive skit. So far, SNL producers and NBC have not responded to the diocese.
Next, we take a look at Omaha hockey, baseball, softball, and men's basketball.
Then we'll sit down with a senior baseball player to hear how the weather has impacted the team this season.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
I never thought I'd be standing in the clouds looking down on the ancient ruins of the Incan Empire. I never thought I'd live among the street artists in Valparaiso. I never thought I'd make friends that would last a lifetime.
Adventure's out there, and as Mavericks, it's up to us to find it.
Stop thinking, start doing. Visit educationabroad.unomaha.edu.
Alex is your average UNO student. She goes to class, does her homework, and studies hard. She does everything to make sure she excels, except...
A flu shot? I don't need a flu shot. I never get sick.
Be smarter than Alex. Call the UNO Health Center at 402-554-2374 to set up an appointment whenever you are sick or injured. Students can receive free primary care so you can quickly return to being 100%.
So I have a test on Tuesday and a 10-page essay due Wednesday. I have to help set up my sorority's bake
Research
sale.
paper due
essay tomorrow. I'll do by tomorrow. Wednesday. Research for 75 points.
Don't let fear and worry build up inside you. Visit the Counseling and Psychological Services office here on the UNO campus. Students can receive 8 to 10 confidential counseling sessions free of charge. Sign up for your first appointment today.
As a student, it's good to know you have support wherever you go. To have a simple and direct way of seeing that next assignment. To have an easy way of knowing where you're headed to next. Or just how quickly you're going to get there. The UNO Omaha app is everything a student needs, just a tap away. Download it today on the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Omaha Sports. I'm your host, Justin Keys. An extremely eventful weekend in the world of sports for the Mavericks, and the exclamation point on all that happened was undoubtedly the Omaha's men's basketball team. After having a record-breaking season with 21 wins, the Omaha Mavericks fell one game short of making their first NCAA tournament appearance. The Mavericks will stand by to see if they
The 2019 Summer League tournament started off with an upset right before the Mavericks took the floor, with the number 1 overall seed losing in the opening round.
Yeah, it was definitely, I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely a challenge to not focus on the game before us, because we know it's just a big upset that happened right before us, but I think it helped our team focus knowing that anything can happen and that the lower seeds are gonna play without anything to lose. They're gonna come out and give us everything they got, and everyone's 0-0 right now, so it doesn't really matter. So it was kind of hard for us to focus, but I think we did a good job at it.
The Mavericks won their first round game 81-76 behind a career-high 18 points from Wanyang Tut.
I just knew I had to be ready when my name was called, and I just had to be aggressive. And like I said, it was win or go home, and we weren't ready to go home.
In the end, the Mavericks lost in a heartbreaker to North Dakota State 73-63. In a moment where seniors Zach Jackson and Mitch Hall wanted to shed tears, they chose to share what the journey meant to them.
It's a basketball game. I had to keep that in perspective, and it's really just about the people you meet and the relationships you build during this time while you're here. So it's going to hurt for a while, but in the end, it's all about the people that you meet, and you just got to love all the people that you meet that you met here.
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback off what Zach said, we made some great memories this year that, even though we lost this game, you can't take those memories away from us. I've never had as much fun playing basketball as I've had this year.
For the Omaha News, I'm DK Kellum.
The Mavericks will wait and see to see if they make a postseason tournament after the college season is over for all Division I teams. In other positive news, the Omaha baseball team garnered 4 wins in their trip out to California to play Santa Clara. In the Mavericks' final win of the 4-game series, senior pitcher Andrew Brighton improved his record to 2-0 as the Mavericks finished off the Broncos. The final win also marked the first series win and sweep for the Mavs this season. The baseball team will return to action against North Dakota State this Friday, right here in Omaha. Despite the fact that this week is the first time it's reached 30 degrees here in Omaha, the Maverick baseball team has found a way to play some games on the West Coast and down south. Before we get the chance to see the Mavs play here in Omaha, Omaha sports reporter Ray Cook sat down with one of their star players, senior Braden Rogers, to talk about the season so far.
All right, we're here with Braden Rogers, first baseman, Omaha baseball. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. So you guys just went out to USC, played out in LA. This isn't baseball weather here in Omaha. How much did you guys get to go outside before that trip?
Not at all, actually. We've been in the Dome the entire off season, and so we actually went out to LA like a day or two early on Wednesday, try to get some practice outside for our first practice for the game, and unfortunately it was raining, and so even when we were in LA trying to get some ground balls on some natural surface, we had to stay inside and just take BP in the cages, and even before the game, like fly balls, that was all we really got before the game.
Now you guys had 3 games against USC, a couple win opportunities. You ended up taking one 12-9 though. That's one of the best programs in college baseball history. What did that mean to you and the rest of the team that you guys were able to take down a top program like that?
It meant a lot, actually. So, like you said, they're one of the best programs that's been around, and in order for us to win that game, we had to come together, and it really just kind of showed what this team is capable of, and it proved to ourselves that we can hang with some of the top dogs, and we can get some wins if we just play our game of baseball and just know and go into the game confident that we can win.
Now, yeah, you guys started off pretty strong last year. You swept Oral Roberts for the first time at their place in Omaha baseball history. Kind of fell off a little bit at the end of the season. What are the team's goals looking ahead to this year?
Just kind of stay on top. It's going to be a long season. We just got to know we're going to have highs and lows, and when those lows come, that we just got to come together as one and persevere and push through it, and know that the highs are going to come right back, and just know that we can win the Summit League, and we're confident that we will, and just for the most part, just stay with each other, and because we're a family, so we got to stay within one of each other.
And to watch the full interview, go to UNOTheOmahaNews.com. As of now, the Mavs are set to host their first home series against North Dakota State this weekend at Seymour Smith Park. The Omaha softball team was supposed to play last night in Jayhawk country as they were scheduled to face Kansas. That game got postponed until Monday, March 18th, and the softball team will play Northern Illinois this Friday as they head to St. Louis for the Billiken Spring Tournament. With a large number of seniors on UNO's hockey team, Coach Gabinet and staff will be plenty busy on the recruiting trail this offseason. Now that the regular season has ended for Omaha hockey, it's easy to look at the NCHC tournament and get distracted with hopes of a championship. The 7th-seeded Mavericks face off with Minnesota Duluth on Friday, Saturday, and possibly Sunday in what may be the last series as Mavericks for a lot of Coach Gabinet's players. UNO's roster currently features 10 seniors made up of 2 goalies, 3 defensemen, and 5 forwards, a lot of which play major minutes for Omaha. Gabinet will look into replacing his senior studs in Morelli and Olofsson, which are Omaha's 2 leading scorers, and goalie Evan Wenninger, which is Omaha's leader in career saves and career shutouts. As the search continues for Omaha's staff, let's hope they can first make some noise in the NCHC tournament. The Mavs will look to avenge their 2 losses to Minnesota Duluth earlier this year, with the trip to the NCHC Frozen Face-Off on the line. That's all we have for you today on Omaha Sports. Ellie, Megan, back to you.
Thanks, Justin. Coming up, we take a look at how the entertainment industry is booming.
And next we see how a traveling exhibit is helping people learn about the past in a unique way.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Here at the home of UNO Theater, you can pursue your passion. Whether you crave set design, stage managing a production, acting in plays or musicals, being a part of the lighting crew, or working with professional directors, here you can unleash your creative spirit. The theater begins with you.
Coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Faded press to a full.
Jeopardy host Alex Trebek is back to work just like he said he would be nearly 1 week after he shared his stage 4 pancreatic cancer diagnosis. "I'm going to fight this," he said, "and I'm going to keep working, and with the help of the love and support of my family and friends, and with the help of your prayers also, I plan to beat the low survival rate statistics for this disease." Trebek jokes, saying, "I have to beat it, because under the terms of my contract, I have to host Jeopardy for 3 more years." He was referring to how he extended his contract through 2022.
The current exhibit at the Durham Museum is on a 12-city tour, and Durham Museum curators incorporate local stories and artifacts from our own collections and other state institutions into the exhibition, resulting in a unique installation that visitors will not see anywhere else. Reporter Charlotte Riley gives us an inside look at the exhibit.
The Durham Museum's new traveling exhibit, American Democracy, A Great Leap of Faith, explores the creation of a government of, by, and for the people.
This is a quick way to learn about the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and its importance to us today.
Omaha's own Durham Museum is the first stop for the Smithsonian traveling exhibit, which will be here until June 23rd.
This is the first time we've gotten to launch a traveling exhibition for the Smithsonian. You see it for the first time here, so we get it before Denver, we get it before Gettysburg, and all these places that typically have seen it years before it comes here.
The exhibit follows the story of the government's creation. It highlights voting rights and includes national artifacts, such as a recreation of Thomas Jefferson's lap desk, as well as pieces of Nebraska history.
The Nebraska pieces just bring home those themes, that it's not something that happens elsewhere, it's including everyone in every state.
Visitors are able to interact with the exhibit through buttons and written portions.
The exhibition is really designed to educate, but then also just promoting that community dialogue and getting to talk about what does it mean to you to be a citizen.
Visitors have commented on why they vote, their essential freedoms, and the rights and responsibilities of citizens.
At the end of the day, this exhibition is all about taking the historical lesson and saying, what can I do with that right now?
For the Omaha, I'm Charlotte Riley.
The Durham is hosting events revolving around the new exhibit. The next event is First Ladies First on March 26th.
Captain Marvel, Marvel Studios' first female-fronted superhero movie, launched with an estimated $153 million domestically and $455 million globally. This ranks as one of Marvel's most successful character debuts. Only The Avengers, Black Panther, Captain America, Civil War, and Iron Man 3 have opened better in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Brie Larson starred as a superhero, and the movie notched the 6th largest worldwide debut ever.
Lady Gaga has shut down rumors that she's expecting a child by revealing that she has a new album on the way. In a tweet, the singer confirmed that she is at work on her 6th album. "Rumors I'm pregnant," she wrote on Twitter. "Yeah, I'm pregnant with LG6. The LG6 is, of course, in reference to Lady Gaga 6, the highly anticipated follow-up to 2016's Joanne. The pregnancy rumors started after Gaga split with fiancé Christian Carino, and fans began to speculate that she was actually in love with A Star is Born collaborator Bradley Cooper after their steamy performance at the Oscars. Gaga previously addressed those rumors on Jimmy Kimmel Live, saying all that was between her and Cooper was acting.
Coffee and cookies is the first thing the Omaha community sees when they walk into the Artist Cooperative Gallery in downtown Omaha. People from all over the city stop by to see the different artist displays. Free art exhibits are getting people out of the house this winter, and Here Comes the Sun is the latest downtown art show. Bringing people together is what art does. That's why the Artist Cooperative Gallery hosts an exhibit for the metro area each month.
So nonprofit, in terms of contributing to the community, it doesn't matter where you're coming from, what your income bracket is, who you are, you can come in and experience the same thing. So it is very diverse and unbiased. So you can come in no matter what.
The current exhibit gives up-and-coming artists of varying levels a chance to display their passion. Here Comes the Sun runs through March 31st. That's all we have for today. Be sure to come back in 2 weeks for more and exciting stories on the Omaha News.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at UNO The Omaha News, or find our website for even more news and stories at unomahanews.com.
From all of us here at UNO Television, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Maverick Sports News has grown up. Mav Radio's First Warning is streaming live to show you the best and worst of the sports world. With analyst DK Kellum, host Ray Cook, and the whole First Warning crew. Where will you be when the warning sounds?
Social media can be fun, but it can also be a powerful tool. At the UNO Social Media Lab, we work together to advance our understanding of social media and technology on the UNO campus and beyond with research application services such as real-time social media tracking, social media listening, and assistance on how to work with first-party social media tools such as Twitter and Instagram analytics. We have also consulted and collaborated with communities in Nebraska to help them leverage social media to work for their communities.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha is a place for tomorrow's leaders. A place where individuals converge on a path to success, getting the attention and direction they need as they begin their career. It's where students take pride in serving Omaha, a city we've invested in for more than 100 years. UNO is a place where greatness begins. The University of Nebraska at Omaha.